Good morning, fellow baseball way of lifers. How we all doing? Happy Thursday to you. Happy another day of spring training, and happy one day closer to opening day to you all. Today, we're going to touch base on one of the baseball feud questions we had the other day, and that was, what is one thing you think we will never see again in the game of Major League Baseball? A lot of great responses. Some were dead spot on. Some made me laugh. First, I'm going to give you some of mine. Now, some of these may happen. I'm just going to throw a few in there that are very highly unlikely ever to happen, uh, and see what you guys think. Uh, Remember, you can always leave comments in the comment field, and we can talk about this further. But let me go on with my five. Number one is a 30-game winner. The last one we had was Denny McLain back in 1968. I think we will never see that again. Uh, First of all, starting pitchers barely even start 31 games anymore. You would have that basically pitch complete games because once a starter comes out after 5, 6, 7 innings, who knows if that lead is going to be protected. So everything would have to be aligned perfectly. All the stars would have to be aligned. The earth would have to tilt for a 31-game winner to happen again, or a 30-game winner, in my opinion. So it's tough enough for even started to get 20 these days. He basically has to pitch like Cy Young, and everything has to fall his way. So 30, I think, is going to be out of reach. The second one I chose, and again, these could happen, but it's highly unlikely in my lifetime, is a 100 stolen base season by an individual player. I mean, Henderson, Brock, Wills, Vince Coleman. It used to be almost commonplace that we would see one every few years, but the stolen base has basically been virtually eliminated with the three-pitch outcome baseball that's played today. And I guess the statisticians will tell you that a stolen base really isn't worth that much anymore. I tend to disagree. I think used at the right spot, it upsets the chemistry of the defense, gets the pitcher a little bit rattled. That's something that can't be measured. But what am I to say? I know it's one of the most exciting things to see. And if I was on the defensive end of a stolen base, I'd be on pins and needles, trying to get the base runner out. But I don't think we'll ever see the 100 stolen. We can't even tell you who has 30 stolen bases anymore. It's not even really mentioned or glorified in the game anymore. So the stolen base has almost been outlawed by baseball as an acceptable way of playing baseball. So in a way, that's kind of sad, and I don't think we'll ever see anyone with 100 stolen bases in the season. The other one, which breaks my heart because it was part of my childhood, was scheduled before the season even starts. Doubleheaders for Sundays, holidays, and even 20-night doubleheaders on Friday used to be commonplace at Chase Stadium. Uh, there was something about going to the ballpark and knowing you were going to be there all day, see 18 innings if you wanted to at least, and see two games, see two different outcomes. Uh, Back in the days when you could actually bring food into the ballpark, you could bring some chicken in, some cooler. If they allow coolers, I remember you could bring anything you wanted and basically have a picnic at the ballpark. Unfortunately, now it's all about revenue stream, and have 81 home games. They want 81 dates. They don't want to split the revenue between two games in one day. And to me, day-night doubleheaders just don't cut the mustard. I mean, you're paying twice to see two games in one day. It's not a doubleheader to me. They may call it a day-night doubleheader, but to me, it's two games in one day, two separate paid admissions in one day. The other one is, and correct me if I'm wrong, this probably still exists, is Ladies' Day, Kids' Day, like Dairy Week Day at City Field, and Senior Citizens Day, like Senior Citizens and Ladies' Day, you'd get it for like $1.50 at the local ballpark. I really don't even see that promoted anymore. I'm sure it happens somewhere, but it used to be something like a lady or a senior citizen or a child would look forward to. It was almost like getting a free game, and you just don't see that anymore. They'd rather have you pay the full price or just offer tickets at a discounted price once the team is out of contention in September, or for those brutal night games in April. Otherwise, you're paying full price if you're 1 or 99 in age, or a woman or a child, which is kind of sad because that's how a lot of kids fell in love with the game. They'd save like uh, coupons from milk cartons, and you get five and you get a free admission. All the kids would line up out in right field at Chase Stadium, get in for free. And I'm sure other ballparks did that. So I kind of missed that. That was always fun to see. And then the other one is let's see what I can come up. Oh, I guess as a child, seeing the Mets on WOR and the Yankees on PIX. I know the Yankees always televised 100 games on WPIX, and the rest were only on radio. And the Mets, all their games were on WOR, and it was over 150 of them a year. I think the only time they didn't televise was a night game on the West Coast. That was during the week, like if they play the Padres or Giants on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they just didn't televise those games. But basically, every Met game was televised over free commercial TV. So even though you have cable and you're watching the games on cable, you're still paying for the cable. And in reality, you're paying that network that's broadcasting the game $7, $8 a month to actually give you the right to watch the game. And that comes to like 50. If you're watching, say, Yes Network, you're paying like, I'm sure the carriage fee and all that, you're paying at least $30 a year to watch the Yankees. You think you're getting it for free with cable, but you're not. You're paying the Yankees. And I would like to see that happen where more and more games on free commercial TV. But you know what? You can wake me up when that dream is over for me, and I can face the reality that it's never going to happen. Now, as far as you guys are concerned, you guys come up with great answers all the time. I just have to pull them up here. James Brown was feeling good when he said this. He said he'd like to see less greed and another Vin Scully. Well, I would like to see there will never be another Vin Scully, but his approach where he was the one person talking throughout the whole ball game, making you feel like you were having a private conversation with Vin throughout the whole thing, I think that'll be missing with Vin gone. But I would like to see a team incorporate that. It wouldn't be bad once in a while. They don't have to do it every day. But there's a lot of guys who are great play-by-play guys like Gary Cohen, et cetera, who can do something like that, can pull it off. And I would like to see something like that. Dominic Huber says 2 grand slams in a single inning. Never say never. Never say that just happened in college. I think the first day they played college ball this year, a young man hit 2 grand slams in one inning. So if you're including college, we have to strike that one from the record books. James Brown, again, feeling good. He says baseball the way it was. Peter Simon says a ball hitting off of Canseco's head for a home run. Well, unless Jose's playing an old-timers game, it ain't going to happen. Harold Campbell says disco demolition night. Well, a few things have to happen there. We'd have to have vinyl records. Will they ever come around again? Is disco still alive? And that was also, I think, between games of a doubleheader. And all three things, I think, just aren't going to happen anymore. So, no, we won't see disco demolition night anymore. Ken Wingate says 10-cent beer night. Now, I hope Ken's not thinking that he was going to take advantage of these 10-cent beer nights and, get a little loopy and run out in the field. But 10-cent beer night, I'd like to see $10 beer night, let alone 10-cent night. Maybe one day the $10 beer will come back to the ballpark. James Brown, again, feeling good. He says a 300-game winner. Hard to win a lot of games because of 6 innings, pitched games, and too many no decisions. Rick Dominicetti says 350-plus innings pitched in a season. Who was that? Was it Mickey Lowich that did that? I mean, my God, he started like 40 games, had over 350 innings pitched one year, as I recall. James Brown, feeling good, says Nolan Ryan. John Burnham says a complete game. John, we will see a complete game this year. I guarantee it. James Brown, feeling good again, says 383 strikeouts by a pitcher and a long reliever pitching 100 innings, excuse me. James Sumner says back-to-back no-hitters. Never say never, James, but it's tough to get a no-hitter period, so 2 in a row, that is tough. Harold Campbell says $5 parking. You can park at the ballpark for free. on these urban streets where after the game you can get everything stolen from your car, but you are parking free. Patrick Gilmore says Bo Jackson. Yeah, I think Bo's getting a little old. He won't be coming back. Matt Robinson is a 4-hole hitter bunting. Mike Schmidt would lay a few down every season if the situation called for it, back when it was a thinking man's game. I think it's still a thinking man's game. They're just overthinking the game. And I agree with you. I don't think you'll see a number 4 hitter bunting, a number 3 hitter bunting, another number 5 batter bunting. Say that 10 times real fast. Bunting is a dying breed. Stephen Force says, sad to say, a dynasty franchise. Not inclusion, high roller, money rollers, New York and Boston, LA, that wins more than 3 World Series in 5 years. Russ Genrich says Cal Ripken streak, and I agree. That's just going to be almost impossible to beat. Too many factors involved for something like that happening. And there were even moments where Cal was in doubt of getting that many games in. John Vogler says Morgana running up to the players and hugging them. I think Morgana is still alive and well, but whether or not she runs up to the players at her age, I'm not sure if she can do that. And I don't know. She used to, I guess, I don't even want to go there. This is a family video, so let's move on, folks. Bullpen cards driving wave pitchers to the mound. I think we will see that. I think the Mets actually had that in mind. They had bullpen cards ready to go the last few seasons, but didn't utilize them. Ray Hackey says AstroTurf. Don't we have AstroTurf at some ballparks still? I'd have to do research on that. James Tate says the 56-game streak. Broken hitting streak, Joe DiMaggio, as there's too much pressure the closer a player gets. And I agree, that is a pressure-packed thing. Too many eyes on that. But I don't think the luster of the 56-game hitting streak is still there like it once was when I was a kid, like when Pete Rose was doing. I don't think people put too much emphasis on that anymore. Gary Sornoff says best of 9 World Series. I kind of agree, but never count it out. If it means more television revenue and gate receipts, there could be a 9-game World Series again. James Brown's feeling good again. He says a commissioner who demands just punishment. Frank Cameron says a no-hitter on opening day. Bob Feller did it. Well, you never say never, but I don't even know if pitchers are geared to pitch 9 innings now on opening day, so there's a good chance that won't happen. Jeff Gates has 511 wins. I guess he means Cy Young, and no, that's never going to happen. John Velarde says a bunt, a hit and run. I guess the bet there, we should have a prop bet. Which will happen first, the bunt or the hit and run? We'll see a few of those, but they're going to be few and far between. Ed O'Keefe says a suicide squeeze, which is a catch-22, because if you don't bunt, how are you going to have a suicide squeeze? Which came first, the chicken or the egg? Marvin Duchot says a 450-foot Centerfield wall. You never say never to that. They may want to actually deaden the ball and make sort of like Houston did with the hill on the back, making an adventure to go up and catch the ball. But we shall see on that one. Donald Foley Jr. says 7 no-hitters by 1 pitcher. Donald brings up a good point. I don't even know if we'll see 3 no-hitters by 1 pitcher. 2 no-hitters, but 7 is a lot, and kudos to Nolan Ryan for capturing that. Jeff Komazek says a bird being blown up by a pitch. I guess he's talking about Randy Johnson, but you never say never to that one either. Randall Ross says someone playing over 20 years. I think you will. There'll be some relief specialists who will do that, so I think that's going to happen. Steve Sanabria says a foul ball caught by a fan behind a dugout. Well, I think that could still happen. The ball goes straight up and just lands a little bit over the screen, and someone can catch it. Well, you will misses those screaming line drive missiles that were headhunters, and in a way, that's kind of a good thing. It protects a lot of people. Jacob Stoller says bunting a runner to second or third, and I think you're right about that. I can't even see a circumstance where that will happen anymore. Jim Carruthers says blowing on the ball, attempting to have it roll foul, a la Lenny Randall. I think that could happen again. Is that a rule? You can't do that? I'm not sure. If someone could help me out with that one. Mark Schickendont says there'll never be another Mark Bird Fidrich. Well, there's a lot of characters there'll never be another one of. There'll be a lot of different characters similar to Mark, but he was unique. He was one of a kind. I enjoyed Mark. Tim Moore says 420 game winners on a safe staff, meaning the Orioles, I guess with Palmer, Dobson, Cuellar, and McNally. Marvin Duchot says a triple header. Now, I'd have to do some research on this. Were there triple headers? I don't even know. If someone could let me know on that one. Full stadiums, Ruben Rodriguez Sr. says. Well, I think that baseball will always have full stadiums once all this corrects. A hot team and a good market, people will come out. Day games in the World Series. I say the late Sunday afternoon start is perfect for a World Series game. Sunday night football has too much of a stranglehold on the American viewing habits. And a 4 o'clock game, you probably draw more eyeballs and kids to watch the game on a Sunday. So basically, maybe anyone have Rob Manfred's phone number, because maybe I can give him a buzz and maybe have the Sunday game start at 4 o'clock. That way, a child or a youngster could watch the whole game, and even I myself, I can watch the whole game. Staying past midnight is not too good for me or anybody else. Matt Murillo says a real argument by a Ball's manager knows how to put on a show and get tossed for the fans and his team. And he shows a picture of Earl Weaver. And now with instant replay, what can you argue? Can you just pick up a headset and argue with the guys in the video replay headquarters? I don't know how that works anymore. Doran Pelfrey says a great umpire like Doug Harvey. Frank Shoholm says 73 home runs unless changes in rules or materials or new doping. So there you go. It could happen. We'll just see if the situation ever allows it again. Ronald Wayne says 4,000 more hits. I agree there, because you're going to need you're going to have to average 200 hits a season for 20 years to get that. And that's pretty tough to do. Runner bulldozing a catcher trying to score, says Mike Martinez. And I guess he's right, unless they break the rule and a runner accidentally bulldozes a catcher. But you never know there. Imran Khan says a midget batter like Eddie Geidel. And then he also mentions fans running onto the field after a big win, like the Mets clinching the division 86, blah, blah, blah. And he mentions other night, Chris Chambliss's home run and disco demolition night. Brett Raines makes me laugh when he says realistically priced tickets. Chuck Dolan says parking under $20. And Moshe Komar says a single player hitting more home runs in a season than any other team in the league. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see that again. That they did it all there when he invented the long ball for the game. So that's it, folks. Thanks again on your responses. You really covered it all. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like the video, please hit like. If you don't like it, please say you don't like it by hitting the dislike. Leave a comment. And like I said, once a day, I'll put up a video here, and I really appreciate you guys watching these. It means a lot to me. And like I said, I'll put up one video here on the Facebook group every day. I don't want to bomb the Facebook group with all these videos every day that I do. So if you want to see the other ones, just go to Baseball Way of Life. The easiest thing to do is just subscribe to that on YouTube, and you'll get a notification when a new one comes up, and you'll see them all in order. And subscribe. It would be fun that way. And like I said, we'll be doing these almost every day. Right now, I'm doing 30 teams in 30 days on the YouTube channel. So if you want to check them out, we've done 3 teams so far. We've done the Rangers, we've done the Royals, and we've done the Pirates. We've got 27 more to go. And a little shout out to anyone, if you ever want to do a one-on-one with me, if you just want to talk baseball and we can have everybody to watch, we got multiple people talk baseball. If you have something to promote, like a book, if you have anything, a podcast, anything you want to promote or just discuss. Any ex-player wants to come on, I'm always willing and able to talk to you guys and share it with everybody else. So that's it. Enjoy your Thursday. If you're only watching these videos in the Facebook group, if not, I'll be on later on, probably in the other site, the YouTube channel. But again, thanks for everything. Have a great day. Play ball and adios.